Fred, FR5ED, here with a beer review. Looking at a highly anticipated beer for me. It's from Oskar Blues, and it is called Gnite Imperial Red IPA. 16-ounce can, and Oskar Blues, of course, well-known, well-regarded craft brewery, one of the pioneers, if not the pioneer, in canned craft beer. In fact, I believe that's all they do is canning, and you're seeing a lot of craft beer breweries, Cigar City, others that are going down that road, and I love it. You know, there's a lot of good reasons to have your beer, your craft beer, in a craft beer can. We're not talking about those weak, pale American lagers in their cheap aluminum cans. Anyway, not to go down that road. But just so you know, the beer inside these cans never touches the aluminum. They are lined with a substance, whatever the liner is, that prevents the beer from actually contacting the aluminum, so you do not get any aluminum taste imparted to the beer, and you do not have any of the health detriments that are associated or seem to be associated with aluminum. Anyway, this is an Imperial Red Ale. The ABV on this is 8.7%. The rating on Rate Beer, it's 99 overall, with a 97 in style. Pretty impressive, and that's after 1,527 reviews. I'll read the commercial description in a moment here because it is, I think, a poignant one. The ratings on Beer Advocate, it averages out to a 92, which is outstanding, and that's after 2,526 ratings. The commercial description goes thusly. It says, our Velvet M80 is a hefty, dry-hopped, double red ale with a nose full of aroma, a sticky mouthfeel, a malty middle, and an unctuous hop flavors. Gnite sports a surprisingly sensuous finish for a beer of its size, 8.7% ABV, and it says 60 IBUs. It's brewed in tribute to a fellow Colorado craft beer pioneer and Vietnam vet who died fighting a 2002 wildfire outside of our Lyons hometown. For all the details behind this tribute, follow this link. They've got a link, and actually it's www.n3978y.com. I haven't been there yet, but I will. And good morning, good day, good night is how it finishes up. So let's give this a good try. Pop that pop top. And as a side note, I'm using one of my wonderful IPA glasses. You know, I've been raving about these for a while from Spiegelau. Well, my daughter Kara and her husband Jamie got me a pair of these for Christmas that has my initials engraved. Can't beat that, having the best glass in the world for an IPA with your own initials engraved in it. I believe they got that at Williams-Sonoma. Anyway, I can't say enough about this glass. It's all I use anymore when I'm having anything that has hops to be expressed and enjoyed. All right, here we go. The glass is 19 ounces, but I'm not going to try to pour all 16 ounces of this in there. I want to leave plenty of room for this to bloom and flourish and develop. So anyway, it's a very nice amber color, definitely a deep coppery red, dark honey coppery red color. And it's clear, pretty clear with some good carbonation going on there. I got about a 2-finger head out of that with a casual, cautious pour. Let's give it a smell. Okay, it is, you know, I'm an IPA nut, and it is 60 IBUs. You know, it's been hopped, extra hopped there. You know, I love those hoppy reds like Cigar City Tocobaga and others that are out there, Green Flash Hophead Red. So I'm anticipating this is going to be kind of in that venue there. I'm getting a nice, almost a cherry aroma out of that. I'm thinking it's cherry. It's some kind of fruit. I don't know why star fruit comes to mind. I don't go around smelling too many star fruits, so ignore that. I guess it's more of a cherry type of aroma. I'm not talking about maraschino cherry, or I don't know. It's just the impression. It's almost a sweet fruit-like. I'm so used to smelling citrus and pineapple and you know, pine and the other typical IPA hop aromas. This is a little different from that. It smells very different from Tocobaga. Doesn't smell at all like Tocobaga. I may be getting some of the underlying malt mixture aroma in there, but it's mostly this on top, almost sweet cherry-like smell. So let's give it a taste. Oh, and I'm so glad I let it warm up too. Getting a nice, oh, hang on a second. Good mouthfeel. Definitely above average mouthfeel, heavier mouthfeel. Interesting, I almost think I'm getting some of the alcohol in there. Not a bad thing, but it is a little present. I don't find that objectionable. If it were overpowering, I might, but it's warming. As far as the flavor, it's definitely, it's on the dry side for sure. I was expecting a little more sweetness perhaps, but it's more on the dry side. It's good. Definitely good. It's got a little more darker depth to it than, you know, an IPA, for example. You know, by dark, I don't mean I'm comparing it to a porter or a stout, but it's certainly got its own unique flavor. I can't compare it to Tocobaga. It doesn't taste or smell anything like that. It's very tasty. I'm not telling you what I'm tasting because I'm not sure I can name it. It's not really bready or biscuity. There's almost a saltiness to it. So you've got this full, almost salty, don't want to say bread or biscuit or cracker, but the malt base to it. And there is that little tiny bit from the hops, whatever the hops are. I don't think it mentioned it. It might on the bottle. But it's definitely good. I like it. I'm so narrowly focused on IPAs, double IPAs, and as far as stouts and porters, Imperial stouts, definitely, you know, appreciate many of those. The amber ales, often I'm not a big fan of the amber ales because, you know, they're not hoppy enough, and so I haven't, you know, dived very deeply into those yet. I like the ones that are hoppier. I mentioned Tocobaga from Cigar City. It is one of my favorite ales. This is good. I especially like the fact that I've let it warm up nicely first, and it's so different from the others that I've had. Oh, look, now it's warmed up a little more. I'm getting a little more orangey, and so it's almost like orange cherry now. I would highly recommend trying this. Wow. The bitterness is more subdued. I don't think it's quite up there with IPAs. It's 60 IBUs, but again, the higher alcohol can bring that perceived bitterness down even more. I like it. I definitely like it, and would recommend you try it. Oskar Brews Goodnight Imperial Red Ale. And this is Fred of our 5ED over and out.